What's going on, guys? It's Alex, better known as Google Tricks on the Internet. Here to finally show my little piece of resistance, Mr. Beast Gohan, everybody. This is a figure I got for about 20 bucks on Amazon. Also, hello, I'm in the mirror today, and I'm in my bedroom because didn't want this guy anywhere near my setup, let me tell you, because we'll get into the weeds of it, but yeah, $20. I guess I'll remove him from his grandfather's heel, and we can kind of go through some of the issues and some of the likings of this figure, everyone. So I'm just going to keep my hand on him for no particular reason. We can kind of get a better look at the boy. He looks pretty good, I will say, all things considered. Obviously, Beast Gohan is from the new Dragon Ball Superhero movie that came out in, it was 2022, right? Yeah, I think. At least for the international peeps and stuff, and I think he looks very nice. I will say his demon outfit, his Piccolo demon outfit, is very nicely textured. You can kind of see it there too. It's very groovy, everybody. So that's, I guess, cool. Not that you really touch figures, but it looks cool, at least from a distance. I don't know particularly if it's no, I would say it's not really groovy in much media of Piccolo and Gohan, but I would say overall the figure looks pretty good. Obviously, he's doing a funny pose, as my mom would say, but he's charging up his special Bimu cannon, the Makanken Sanpo, that he uses to finish off Cell Max in the movie. So I actually do like the pose a lot. It's very simple yet effective. And yeah, I mean, I think it's overall a very nice figure, all things considered. You even got some questionable looking arms, and I think that will perfectly... Oh, I guess I'll also say he has some nice battle damage shown, even though I don't think he looked clearly... Well, I don't think he had this level of battle damage in the movie. I don't know if that's exactly representative too, because he was obviously fighting Cell Max and the Gammas, so I can't exactly remember off the top of my head if he had damage to this magnitude, and then he like nailed Cell Max and ate a attack from Cell Max, so I don't know. But regardless, I will now get into the qualms I have with this $20 figure. By the way, I will keep prefacing that $20 of quality is here, and I would say I got $20. It's just that, oh, sorry, I'm shaking because I'm holding the camera with my left dominant hand. Unbelievable. But $20, I would say I got pretty good value, minus one big fallacy, but yeah. I would say the paint job in some spots gets a little rough. I'm trying to spot an inconsistency on the front. Oh yeah, underneath the pants there you can see there's some dottiness of white, which I assume are from transit issues, but I could be mistaken. He also has this translucent looking clear plastic piece to put on his foot, and you'd think that would be to hold him up, right? But let's get into why I really dislike this character, everybody. I wasn't pushing him down, everybody. I promise I wasn't. Oh yeah, yes, we can see the back. Now that he's face down in the mud. You know, got a little scratchy there, but honestly I don't care because I don't see the back of him much. But we can also take him apart here if I just set the camera down, and I can pull them apart. We can kind of look at them as two different items. So I don't know what to do with the other part. As you can see with the lower legs here, they stand up perfectly fine, everybody. With the transparent piece, without the transparent piece, it's beautiful. I'm also holding that upside down. Whoops. Yeah, transparent piece. And then we have Mr. Beast Gohan, which actually looks pretty cool, just with like the bust looking kind of setup. But yeah, this guy is horribly weighted. I think I don't know if it's his arm or his hair that's like horribly weighted, but he falls forward so easily. Oh my god. Yeah, you saw right there. He's falling, boys. So unfortunately, he can't stand on his own 2 feet unless I do some real trickery. Initially, I tried to elevate, I think the left, or no, I think I tried to elevate, yeah, his left foot, and he kind of could stand up by himself, but it really was still a challenge, I would say. So unfortunately, I have to reduce him to kind of standing in really bad lighting. And I would say if I can have him standing like this, that would be ideal, because you can kind of get like the light more on his face and on his whole body, but kind of the way he's positioned too, I would say he's leaning a bit too far forward, so that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I would say that's in general the figure in a nutshell. But we can kind of size him up, obviously next to Mr. Super Saiyan 3 Bardock from Xenoverse. Is his box visible? Yeah, it is over there. I pulled it from Japan. I think it normally came in like one of those crane games in Japan. At least that's what the box looks like it came from, so I'm guessing someone procured it and sold it on eBay to my lucky ass. But yeah, so he sizes up pretty nicely to this guy. And then this is I guess I can kind of do an informal or unofficial museum trek through my figure collection. But we have the Rage of Saiyans? No, Blood of Saiyans. Super Saiyajin Goku. Well, I actually really like it. I picked this up locally, and I will say the hair's a little weird just because it's like pure gold colored, which isn't really like the Super Saiyan hair. It's more yellow to blonde, and I think this is more blonde gold. But I think overall, I can get over the fact that it looks a little weird, the hair, just with like the battle damage, everything. And also, everyone, take a piece out of this. This guy came with, I think, a red foot stopper to help him stand up. This boy don't need it. He don't need it. I can kind of give him a little wiggle. Perfectly fine. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Beast Gohan. Motherfucking least Gohan over here, bro. And then, I guess as a final guy to stand him up to, we have Sniper King over here. In one piece. And he's ranking in pretty short comparatively. But I will say this figure, overall, is very nice looking. It just has the massive issue, I'd say, of not being able to stand up on its own 2 feet very easily. I forget exactly what the company who made the figure is called. It came in this box as we were kind of showing it off, and I will say this figure, this company, whoever made it,
MASEKE,
unless it was just one guy who made it, a little bit bootleg. So this is the box. I will say the box is pretty neat, but it's questionable in quality, I'd say, which everything about this figure, $20, it's a little bit iffy. So we have a pseudo manga looking. I will say all this stuff on here is either fan art or potentially ripped from someone else, and I can kind of delve into what I think they're from. So this looks like fan art for maybe Dragon Ball Legends. Not too sure. It could just be fan art in general, and I'm getting light glare. Yuck. Here, I'm guessing this is just fan art ripped from somewhere. It looks like a manga page, but I know the Dragon Ball Super manga has not made it to this point. I don't think yet, so... we have Beast Gohan. Also, this is probably my favorite art on the box. We just have good old Beast Gohan sizing up Cell Max as Piccolo is trying to hold him back and stuff like that. So I do dig this art, but it's really, I think it's horizontally a little weird, or I guess it's stretched vertically is what I would say, or it's shrinked horizontally, and it just looks a little weird. And I guess we can go to the other smaller side of the box and see a very similar looking picture. I believe this is, maybe it's a statue. See, it's funny because top left it says Super Saiyan Vegeta Zhao Yao. Chinese? Okay, I guess maybe a Chinese company made this then. Or made it like that guy right there, but, yeah, we have a very oddly cropped Majin Vegeta, again, stretched vertically. I was gonna say it was a Figu Arts version of Majin Vegeta, but I don't think that's true. Don't drop the box. Not like it's gonna shatter into a million pieces anyway. And then, of course, we just have some goofy fan art back here as well, which I guess is cool. You know, we got UI Goku, Ultra Ego, Vegeta, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, and then I guess just full power Super Saiyan, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, but no art on the bottom. And then we got a very weird hairstyle for UI Goku. I don't know if that's anatomically correct. I guess I have a base form looking Goku over here. I guess it works, but I'm pretty sure UI Goku's hair has a little more on the right side there, so it looks like he's kind of balding, but whatever. I don't know what I'm delving into at this point, everybody. Some specifics, but yeah, I guess we can do a little perusal of the room. Here's my half of box collection. This is mostly statues and non-movable action figure kind of figures, all boxed up. As you can see some of them at the bottom there. All of them are out of the box, I believe. And then we have a lot of my figurized Dragon Ball Z and Super. Is it all? Yeah, there's Super in there too. These guys are all still in their boxes, so unfortunately I don't have any space to put them. I used to have a shelf to put them, but now it's just kind of, yep, they sit in the box until I can find a spot for them, but that's fine. I would say some of these figures aren't my favorite, but they're cool figures for sure. I mean, the best part about them is that I could put them together, so I think that was kind of the big cool thing about them for me. I want to say I bought this guy, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Broly, all from Barnes & Noble. Yeah, some of them have Japanese up here, English down here. Some of them have English up here, Japanese down there. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're going into boxes that I don't think we care about. I'll show you all my boys first. So we have Mr. Gotenks, Majin Buu Saga Gotenks. Pretty cool. Just kind of sizing up after fusing, I think, maybe. We have Super Gogeta from Fusion Reborn, of course, rocking a iconic pose, even though I don't think he does that pose in the movie. I think in the movie, this is like the pose he strikes essentially when he's charged up the Soul Punisher to finish Janemba, but I actually really like this figure. This is up there as one of my faves. I think most of these are online, not procured from locality, but yeah. Well, I like that image of Beast Gohan and then Super Buu in the background. That's pretty cool. Alright. Why is it so zoomed in? Stop. Stop. There you go. And then we have good old Frieza over here. Golden Frieza from Resurrection F and Beyond. Rocking the very nicely matching Corona purple hat. And I think it works well to his benefit, so that's cool. As you saw before, we have Super Saiyan Goldo Goku-san. Mr. Red Hair over here. Definitely one of my favorite forms in the series. This and Super Saiyan 3 are very dope to me. Even though I'd say God isn't exactly exemplary. Just like their base form, they're slimmer and then they have red hair. Very cool. But I like this pose that both him and Frieza I think came from the same collection or same manufacturer, and I think they just strike very foreboding poses, so that's cool. And I was going to put Beast Gohan here if he could stand up, because I thought I'd put him with like the Dragon Ball Super characters kind of in a line, but unfortunately his bum ass has to sit over there. So then to end our little repertoire over here, we have Vegeta and Trunks from the Future Saga, rocking their iconic father-son Gallic gun. There you go, that's the one. And yeah, this one looks very nice. Is that a book? I think it came in a different color as well. This is like the alt color, which I find weird because the background looks very Gallic Gun-esque, and then you have like a kind of bluish Shenron, whereas I think the original one, and purplish pink clouds, I guess. Yeah, that's pink in the background. The original colors, I think, make Shenron green. Dragon Ball text there is the same. I think they're on a gold or like cloud-esque Nimbus maybe base. The two of them look the same, but then I think there's like a final flash yellow in the background, so that's one thing. And I got that for really cheap, which I was very happy with, because that is probably, I can't really say every figure is my favorite figure, but that one for Dragon Ball at least is probably one of my faves. Even though I just said that Super Gogeta was my favorite. It's fine. So now we come over to the ladies section, plus Super Buu, striking his very, very foreboding and menacing. Well, no, this wasn't. Was this his pose that he struck against Ultimate Gohan? I can't exactly remember, but it was something like that. And I really like this figure. This figure has survived like 3 drops from essentially this height off of the old shelf I had. because people decided to touch him and knock him over. He stands up pretty nicely. Maybe that's due to battle damage, but I mean, this guy doesn't really have like paint problems, surprisingly, even though he's hit the ground a lot. I think on his feet more than anywhere. But yeah, I don't exactly know where this guy came from, other than me buying him off eBay, I believe. But yeah, he's a trooper for sure. I really appreciate the look of him. He's also just gigantic, right? My biggest figure for sure, so that's also something. And he balances good, Gohan. He balances good for being so tall. So yeah, we all know wedding dress Nino, I guess. So can kind of skip over you. Obviously, she's front and center though because she has to be. She has to be, everybody. We have Maki here from Love Live. Yeah, that's the one. Haven't watched this show, but I dig her look, and she sings a few songs that I have listened to, even though I don't watch Love Live, so that's cool. We have Sengoku Nariko from the Monogatari series. Probably my favorite character in that series, even though she's a questionable character. I still think she's goofy and quirky, everybody. So yeah, that's why we have a very nice figure of her. Plus, I think this is probably my favorite figure of any, well, I say that, Monogatari figure out on the market, so that's one thing. But then we scroll over to the right, now looking at the Nutcracker in the background, or the kid from Christmas Story there. I think that's what he's from. And then we have, of course, Shinobu. Actually, I would say probably Shinobu's my favorite character for kind of the same reasons, but since Kisei Monogatari, is that what the 3 movies are called? I forget. No, I don't know. Whatever. The 3 Monogatari movies definitely added more to Shinobu's character. Kiss Shot, Hato Ando Blado, whatever. Aerosol, Acerola, I don't know. But yeah, this figure I like a lot. This is probably one of my OG figures as well, so. I think she's contracted some dust problems on the white of her, so she just has like dust stain mark kind of stuff that will never come out, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It's not really noticeable. And now that I'm looking at it, it's like very microscopic, and I think the light sheeting off of her on the camera is kind of hard to make it out. But you can see like a dot there that I have tried to get out, it never does. Anyway, we have our last figures here that you probably recognize, minus the Madame in the front. We have Freya Wino from Delta something. Again, she sings a song very similarly to Maki that I like to listen to a lot, and I was like, yeah, she needs to be here. Plus, she has a cool figure, and she's standing on the one foot as some characters like to do, which is neat. And yeah, I just like the dress, the look, the idolu look. I think it's pretty cool. We can kind of skip over Marin Kitagawa from Dress Up Darling, because we've obviously seen her before, and I mean, she hasn't fallen over yet. I've always thought it's hilarious that I think that some figures will fall over and then eventually one does, but yeah, we have her not falling over still magically. And I will say, even though I like use this dresser up here a lot, this drawer, somehow none of these figures fall over. I've always had like a fear that Super Boo is just gonna collapse one day and just destroy Nino. That's why I have them like kind of separated over many of inches, damn near a foot. No, that's not a foot, but you get the gist. So yeah, the fall over game is only for that Gohan, unfortunately, everybody. And then finally we have Hestia, of course, that we've seen before. She's migrated up here, and you know, she's chilling because I have some burps. We have Yatsuba downstairs. We have Itsuki downstairs. We obviously have my setup of Miku and Nino, which I think I've maybe shown. We have Blue Vegito from the Dokkan collab figure. Also, we have Spork Bork there, chilling. That's a real OG right there. Who else do I have downstairs that I'm forgetting? We have Ichigo Kurosaki, my Bleach figure, which I think I've shown before. I'm a fan of that figure for sure. How could I forget Kurika Almatoa, of course. Classic figure review there. And I think that's the list, everybody. I said Miku and Nino. Yeah, no Ichika yet. One day in the future, but yeah, that'll wait. So, as I'm dying, losing my voice after talking for 20 minutes, we'll wrap this bad boy up, everybody. Good figure review. Looking at Mr. Gohan here. Now I need to pose him a little bit better, because okay, don't knock him over. Don't. Somehow he hasn't killed Super Saiyan 3 Bardock here too, which is amazing. But I think they kind of counterbalance each other, because I will say Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, obviously, I probably should have pointed that out. He's kind of wrestling against the mirror a little bit, so of course he has bouncing problems too. Not to the extent of this Gohan though. He can kind of stand up, but eventually he does just fall over, because clearly his pose lends him to kind of doing that, and I don't think there's anything you can do. There is a rod that you can stick in the back there. You can see that. Can't really see that, but in the middle of his feet there, in the way back of his stand, there is a spot where you can like put a Y-shaped stick of sorts, plastic stick, and it tries to hold up his hair, but I don't know who made that, but it's crap, everybody. So yeah. Anyway, they basically, TLDR, they counter each other. That guy falls backwards, this guy falls forward. I guess they somehow meet in the middle when their feet touch, so it is what it is. But yeah, I'd say that's a good showcase of all my figures, and this is a final wrap up to this horribly long video. I can showcase some of my other figures that are just buried in here. You can't really see them all, but trust me, there's a Super Vegito, Super Gotenks. Who else is in there? Ultimate Gohan is in there. There's a Sage Mode Naruto you can see back there. Yeah. God, can I not remember all my figures, everybody? Am I a fraud? Oh yeah, there's a Beerus, there's a Sakura, there's another blue Vegito who has a broken foot after my dad killed his ass. There's someone else down there. I think that's Ultimate Gohan, though. I think that's about everyone that's stowed away in there. Oh yeah, and I have a Rosé somewhere. I think Rosé's buried in one of those boxes, but yeah. I think that's about everyone. I think I've expended all the garbage I can talk about, so we'll end it on Mr. Gohan here, once and for all. And yeah. Hope you enjoy your figure collecting, everybody, and I will see you later. Maybe don't buy that figure, everybody. I'll post him in the description, but maybe don't buy him, because he's not very good. So, yeah. That's it.